Bonjour, bienvenue au cours de français 101 sur Internet. I am going to show you a quick overview of our Blackboard site, and then I will take you over to our textbook online website that's called Kia. Kia is the company and Centro is the name of the website. First of all, when you open your Blackboard course, you're going to be on the announcements page every day. That's the home page for the course. And that's the first button on the top left. Then the course information button is the first button you should click on when you get to the course. It has my instructor introduction here. And then most importantly, it has the course syllabus. You need to print a copy of the syllabus or save it at least on your computer to make sure you have one. I'm going to walk you through the most important points of the syllabus right now quickly and go back to the Blackboard site. This is my contact information, my instructor's contact information, and then my supervisor's information is on the first page. A lot of standard Ivy Tech information. The En Avant Student Plus package is what you need to order for this course. So the En Avant textbook and workbook all online. For this course, you also need to buy a webcam or a microphone and speakers to complete the assignments. A webcam is better than a microphone and speakers because they are assignments that require you to speak with a partner so you can see each other. And there's also grades based on your appearance and professionalism and so on. Is a small part of the presentations you will record. Down here, college policies, that's pretty standard. The attendance dates, you need to submit assignments before this date so that you don't get dropped from class automatically. And also there's the last day to withdraw from the class before you would get an F. So to withdraw, if you withdraw before that date, you will not be assigned a grade. It will just show that you withdrew. So it would not count against your GPA. Assignments and grading, this is the most important section of the syllabus, I think. It shows everything you're going to be doing in the course and how much weight those grades have in your final grade. So your assignments on Kia Centro on a separate website. All the other assignments, well, except Duolingo. Duolingo is also on a separate website. That's set up like a computer game, and you earn coins as you're playing on this Duolingo game. And you can connect with classmates and share your login information for Duolingo and add each other as friends so that you can compete. Or you can just do your own work without competing with anybody. That's fine too. Everything else is on Blackboard. You have discussion boards, a live student-instructor interview, or sometimes you have the option to record in summer classes because it's such a compact schedule. The oral family tree presentation, that's a recording. A self-portrait presentation, also a recording. A role-play recording with a partner on Blackboard Collaborate. You will attend an international cultural event and also write a report on it. And then you'll have chapter exams and final written and oral exams. And this shows how your grade is calculated. So every assignment is worth about 100 points, but they're not all worth the same weight, the same percentage of your final grade in the end. It shows here, your homework on Central is worth 25%, so a quarter of your final grade. The Duolingo assignments, or this computer game, is only worth 5% of your final grade. So what's worth the most is your homework on Central, your discussion boards, and also your 5 chapter exams. Those are the most important sections of the syllabus. I'm going to go back to our Blackboard site. The next thing you'll find in the course information button is your calendar. You have the option to print the calendar, you really should, so you can check off everything you do as the semester is going by. And you also have an online calendar in case you're lost here, so you want to come back here and look online at the due dates. These are all the due dates for the whole semester, and you can look at them here. Keep going down and you'll see the central registration instructions. Once you purchase your textbook package, you need to come here and get the instructions on how to activate your code, and also what is your course code so that you can put that into Central to connect with the rest of your class on Central and with your instructor. All right, that's the course information button. Class sessions is where you'll spend most of your time over the semester. You have a semester that's divided into 16 sessions. Session 1 is the présentation, is in the introduction. And you have access to all the modules right off from the beginning of the semester. So you can work a little bit ahead if you'd like to. And you just have to do things by the due date at least. But if you're going to be gone for a week on a business trip of something, you can always work ahead of time. That's always a good idea. Each session is divided exactly the same way. It starts with an overview, the learning objectives, then it has the learning activities in Blackboard and in Central, and specific instructions if there are any, and then the assignments and assessment session. So you'll have the list of every assignment you need to do in Central. Here's an important note about Central. You'll see that a lot of assignments come with a recording button. You don't need to do the recording unless it is specified here on Blackboard. So you should have the Blackboard page open side by side with your Central page, or at least have both open at the same time on your computer, so you can go back and forth and don't spend too much time doing assignments or recordings that are not needed to be done. It will say here, right next to your assignment number, for this assignment, you will need to do the recording. So go back and refer to this Blackboard page as you're doing your Central assignments on the separate Central website. The discussion boards are linked straight here when they're due in that session. You can click here and they'll take you right to the discussion board page. There are prompts every session, and you'll need to write 2 separate posts. So your main post will answer these questions, and then your second post will comment on another student's post. Every session looks the same, and that's what the class session button is made of. Discussions are all the discussion boards that we'll be doing this semester. There are 10 of them, and they link directly into the session. So if you want to work ahead, you can come here, or you can access them from your class session, from each individual sessions. You have a button to find your grades. If I click on that, it won't give me anything since I'm the instructor. Resources, there are a couple helpful links. Setting up your account on Central will take you right back to the other page in the course information button. Tutorials to use Blackboard Collaborate, those will be very useful. I put screenshots in them. They're geared just towards our class, and they're to record individual and group presentations on Blackboard Collaborate. How to type French accents. You need to print this document, keep it on your desk before you take all your chapter tests and your final exam on Blackboard. It shows you how to type the French accents using your own American keyboard. And then, different links. This is your International Cultural Event Report information, the guidelines, and also the list of events that you can attend, just to give you an example of what events would be suitable for you to choose. Course rubrics is all the grading rubrics for the different assignments you'll be doing this semester. It's always a good idea when you look at an assignment guideline to also come here and check what you're going to be graded on. And the rest is a couple resources. TV5 Monde is a really good online and also on TV station. It has really neat information that is updated every day. And that's what you can watch the channel. I think it's part of the Dish Network international channel package, but you can watch it online for free. So that's worth it. They also have specific cultural programming that's interesting to watch. And they represent all of the French-speaking world. So this is not a TV station that's only talking about France. It's going to talk a lot about French-speaking African countries, Canada, Belgium, Switzerland, French-speaking countries all over the world. It's a really neat TV channel. And then forvo.com. Forvo is a website where you can type a word when you want to know how it's pronounced in the native language. So that's very useful to prepare your presentations before you record them. If you want to know how a word should sound like, you can do on Google Translate and only type the one word, or you can come on Forvo and you have the recording of dozens of French native speakers saying just that word or just that one short sentence. So you can have several examples of how people say it in French. By the way, here's a note here on Google Translate. So in this class, you're not allowed to just type in a whole sentence in Google Translate in English and have it spitting it out in French and copy paste that into your assignments, because you won't learn anything that way, and Google Translate still makes a lot of mistakes. It's not a human translator, it's a machine translator. So I will know that you use Google Translate if you're using it into your assignments, because I'm a professional translator myself, so I can detect these kinds of mistakes, and that is considered plagiarism, and you're not allowed to use it in language online classes, so just don't use it. You can use it to research single words or research how a single word is pronounced, but don't type whole sentences in there because it won't give you a good result. You also have a help button to help you figure things out, mostly with Blackboard and compatibility between your computer and Blackboard. Email, this is if you want to email the entire class or just me. If you want, once you're going to be paired with another student in the class, you're going to come here to contact the person. Click on email, select users, and from there you're going to select all the one student or several students in the class that you want to contact. Communications and tools, this is where you're going to find the Blackboard Collaborate button. You click on Communication and Tools, and this is the Blackboard Collaborate button you click on, and it'll start a separate program. Okay, this is the tour of Blackboard. Now I'm going to move over to the textbook website. That's books.kia.com. So you'll purchase your access code to this website. When you're first logging in, it's going to ask you here, what is your book key or course code? And you will find this in our Blackboard site under the course information button, all the way down to central registration instructions. You click on that, and your instructor will put create a new account, what is your course code, and it'll be right here. So you'll have to put that in here, and it will add the online textbook and the online workbook to your list of books here. Now I have several listed here, but you'll only have one, and it should look like this number 2 here with the title of the class. And the first one is the online textbook, the second one is the online workbook. If you don't have both listed here, that means you only purchased one. You need to go back and return that package and purchase the En Avant Plus package, which is the textbook plus the workbook all in one. Click on Open Book, it doesn't matter which one you click on, it'll open the same thing. This page will open up. A quick tour of the central website. The first tab is your online textbook. Second tab is your online workbook. Looks exactly the same. The chapters open up a little bit different. We'll only cover 5 chapters in French 101, so it looks big, but don't panic, we won't cover the whole thing. Study plan. This is great to prepare for your chapter tests. So you see here for chapter 1, before you take your chapter 1 in Blackboard, you'll come here, click on chapter 1, take tests, and it will run you through a sample test of questions about chapter 1 so that you can test yourself and see what you know and what you don't know before you take your actual chapter test for real points in Blackboard. I think everybody should really take this test. It will help you prepare for the exam. Communication directe is the 4th tab. And that's just a collection of all the videos that are already used in your textbook tab, so you won't need to come here. Salut de, we don't use this tab either, it's just a collection of videos of sections that are in between chapters that are specific cultural sections on specific places, but I'll direct you to those when you need them. Grammar tutorials, this is a super important tab. It's the 6th tab from the left. In every chapter, you have grammar videos, and this is a big part of why we chose this textbook. It has grammar explanation for the most important points in each chapter, and for the a few points that don't have a grammar video, I added YouTube links of videos that I thought would be great addition to the textbook. The YouTube links are in each session in Blackboard. There's Chanton. You won't use that because I have YouTube links for these songs in the sessions in Blackboard. Online Learning Center, I've never been there before, so don't worry about that. You don't need that. The main two you'll be in is the textbook tab and workbook tab. Each chapter is divided into 4 sections. They're all the same. Communication directe, which is videos. People are going to be talking so that you can learn the greetings in the first chapter, and each chapter is on a different topic. Vocabulaire interactif is a vocabulary section where you learn new words in each chapter. You see they're further subdivided into l'alphabet. You should see the little speaking bar here. When you click on the play button, you should be able to hear each letter of the alphabet.
B, bureau, C, crayon.
If you don't see the speak bar, make sure you call Centro, you call their support number that's listed in Blackboard, or you try to update your browser first. It may be a problem with your browser, or try it with a different browser, because if you can't hear the speak button, the play button, then that means that you won't be able to record in Centro either, using your microphone. It's a matter of add-ons or updates to do to your browser. It's not hard, but you need to get it done right away the first week of class so that it's fixed for the rest of the semester. Then you have the grammaire interactive section, and the grammar section is usually further subdivided in 3 or 4 different topics. And culture interactive is cultural notes. That's divided into écoutons, let's listen, lisons, let's read, écrivons, let's write, parlons, let's speak, regardons, which is let's watch, is a short movie excerpt for every chapter, and chantons, which is let's sing. So we will not do every one of those in every chapter, but you will see which ones are assigned in Blackboard. So to complete your textbook and workbook assignments, you can go off the list that's on Blackboard and come here and do them. Or you can also go to My Tools up here in gray on the top right. Click on Calendar if you want to see what is assigned in the calendar view. June 5th, this is the beginning of class, so you'll have to click on the week that you're looking for to see what's assigned. You have to click on the days to see what's assigned on what days, I believe. Or you can go to assignment lists. That's my preferred way to do it. And you will see that you have 3 attempts for every assignment. So the ones that are graded automatically, you will see what grade you got, and you can do it up to 3 times to get the maximum amount of points. If it's assigned, it'll have a little icon here, and it'll have the due date when it's assigned, and it'll show you if it's completed on the right side. Be careful, it starts with the textbook. You have to go all the way down to see the workbook assignments for chapter 1. So it goes by chapter. So don't just look up and say, okay, I got them all done. Make sure you scroll down to the workbook tab and you get all those done that have the due dates coming up. Okay? This is for chapter 1. For chapter 2, you go on chapter 2 and look at which ones are assigned, what's the due date, and so on. And I'll be assigning those shortly. In My Tools, you also have the Results tab. Before each chapter test, you need to come look up here in the results. And there's nothing right now because no student have submitted assignments. So you'll go to the chapter you're studying for, click on each section, and you will see when your assignments are graded, you'll have the time when it was submitted, the time when it was completed, how much time you took to do it, what are your points, and so on. And in the little left margin here, you'll have different icons. And if I have written comments for your assignments, you have a little open book here that you need to click on so you can see what comments I wrote and how to improve your score so that if the same type of exercise comes up on the test, you can get a better score. Okay, I believe this completes our tour of the textbook. This is chapter 2, so it automatically open chapter 2. Right now you need to be on chapter 1. This is the very beginning of the book. And it looks just like the printed book. The online version does not have page numbers because you don't really need any. So I don't refer to page numbers in the sessions on Blackboard. I'll only say, go to chapter 1, such and such section here on the left. C'est bon? Alors voilà, c'est tout pour ce semestre. Passez un excellent semestre et à bientôt!